Provide as a news report, Trump's speech at Quantico forced a collision between two competing visions of power, one anchored in constitutional norms and civil oversight, the other rooted in raw authority and ideological loyalty. By declaring the nation under an invasion from within and ordering military leaders to root out internal threats while simultaneously railing against woke culture, he reframed protests, dissent, and racial justice as existential warfare. In doing so, he blurred the line between domestic governance and military enforcement, suggesting that loyalty to his worldview, not democratic debate, should dictate command. For critics watching from outside the centers of influence, this was more than a political address. It was a signal that in Trump's vision, dissent would no longer be tolerated as a constitutional safeguard, but potentially repressed as an internal enemy. Donald Trump also said U.S. cities should be used as military training grounds. When Donald Trump suggested that U.S. cities should serve as military training grounds, it struck many as a radical departure from both tradition and law. The idea blurred the boundary between a military meant to defend the nation from foreign threats and civilian spaces meant to operate free of militarization. For supporters, it was framed as toughness and readiness, but for critics, it carried echoes of authoritarian playbooks where urban neighborhoods become staging areas to control, not protect the public. To those watching from outside the mainstream of power, this proposal was less about preparedness and more about normalizing the presence of soldiers in everyday American life, a move that risks transforming city streets into laboratories for domestic enforcement rather than preserving them as arenas of democratic expression.